right, and we're back for another episode of the Young Millionaire in Training podcast. I got one of my homies out here, one of the local hometown G's with me, OG Blak. Okay, I wanted to kind of bring him on. As I was telling him kind of before we got started, I've been following his music for a while. You know, I remember back when we was in high school, he'd be freestyling and they all had their battles, him and Malcolm. If y'all remember Malcolm Mound and Malley up there, they always talk about they epic they epic battles over the years. So I wanted to have him up here. He just released a project here recently. And so I wanted to kind of take this time to highlight it and actually get a little bit more into the business side of the rap game. Okay. We all know the quote unquote industry, but we don't know like when you're independent and you're doing this all on yourself and you're building it and there's no big machine behind you and you're having to go out and do every single thing. Like that's a business. Too often, I think, you know, people will make light of it about people being rappers and this, that, and the third. But to those that are like really serious about it and it's their craft, there's a very real business side to it. So I want to kind of talk about that and highlight the project. So my man, OG Blak, thanks for attending. Thanks for coming on the podcast, bro. And tell the people a little bit about yourself outside of what I just said.
What's going on, family? You know, it's OG Blak, original guy, born leaders acquiring knowledge. I'm an artist from Kinston, North Carolina, K-Town 252.
Oh, yeah.
I've been in Charlotte for quite some time, so Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, is second home as well. And I identify my music as reality rap. You know what I mean? Somebody that talk about real life situations that's going on every day. So yeah,
Nah, dope, bro. So,
yeah.
bro, just to kind of get right into it. So, but right off gate, I mentioned when I was kind of introducing you that there's a lot of things that are understood about or misunderstood, should I say, about underground rappers, or more importantly, independent rappers. Because I sometimes I don't even necessarily like the term underground because it makes it seem like it's some hidden black market type of deal. Independent rappers. So tell me, what's something that you feel is really misunderstood about independent artists?
I would say the most misunderstood thing is that as an underground artist, you're unsuccessful. Like people have this notion that because you underground, you don't make no money off of this. You know what I mean? Because you ain't popping and got a big, what I'm saying, big machine behind you that you don't get paid. The truth is, you can get paid, you can get your money. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of artists who do have that big machine, who do have that big notoriety who don't get no money, who still broke. You know what I mean? So the notion that you broke because you underground, that's a terrible notion. Like, nah, you can get your paper.
No, and thank you for sharing that. And that's exactly what I was getting at with like the business side of it, because OG Blak owns OG Blak. Like
Absolutely.
he owns all his stuff. He's seeing 100% of his profits on that. Like, granted, you know, he got his overhead and all that kind of stuff, but he is his machine
Mm-hmm.
on that. And so, you know, I'm really big on talking about ownership. You know, I talk about if you use it, you should own it. I talk about that a whole lot. So that ownership piece is really, really big to me. And so much like any other industry that you're going in, I think you having that ownership piece just kind of keeps you in a place where you remain and retain that control
Absolutely.
on that. So you 4 projects in so far, unless I missed one, because I try to keep up with them all.
Five if
Five.
you want to count it. I got an EP with just 4 songs. So five if you count the EP,
Okay. Well, now we're
full
gonna count it.
album. Yeah. Five projects, yeah.
Okay, so 5 projects in. He got that EP. Hold on, how I missed the EP. Yeah, you're gonna have to send that to me. I need to listen to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I listen to everything. This is not just me out here capping. I listen to all his stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
on that. But not to count your pockets, but tell me a little bit like what cost time is associated with like creating a project, because a lot of times I think people think you just get a mic, record it,
Mm-hmm.
put it on an album or wherever you're gonna put it at, and then that's just the end of it. But talk to me a little bit about like what's behind that.
Yeah, so I can break it down to you through each project. My
Okay.
first my first three, which was street poetry, the transition, and no, street poetry came first, then Four Corners EP, then the transition. Those first three projects was little to no money spent because I did everything by myself. right? I literally did what you just said. Just got a mic, recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of my homies, my engineer. Shout out to Real Shutter. He engineered the first project, Street Poetry, but it was recorded. It was recorded over. Shout out to Mert's son. It was recorded in Mert's son's bedroom. The computer was like a 1997 old old ass computer. The mic, the mic was so like the headphones, it only played in one ear. Like, so for that project to sound like listenable, that it's a miracle, you know what I'm saying, compared to what I was recording it on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I spent little to no money on those first three projects. Then I started really taking it serious. I said, I want my music to really sound like something. I wanted to really have an impact. Just being good at rapping is not enough. You feel me? So that's when I came with Street Poetry 2. That's when I started coming out the pocket, and you can hear the difference just sonically in the quality of the music when you compare it to the previous projects. And for Street Poetry 2, I probably spent about 3,000. Same thing with overtime, probably about $3,000 to $4,000 on those projects, you know what I'm saying, just to put them out and make it like real quality music. So it ain't free. And that's on the low end, you know what I'm saying? We still, because you're doing all of this off a 9 to 5 paycheck on top of taking care of a family of 5. So it ain't the easiest thing in the world to do. You know what I mean? So you still trying to find a way to cut corners if you can and save as much bread as you can. But yeah, if you wanted to be some real quality music, you gotta come out of pocket.
No, understood. Also, bro, because I wanted to talk about the time, because as you mentioned, you're a Black father. I'm always gonna shout out my Black fathers, especially the ones that's active, they dare. That's a big, because I can tell you that's one of his, to him, that's his most important job, hands down. I can go ahead and tell y'all that right now. But bro, so talk to me like, how long does that take? Because when I tell y'all, look, matter of fact, y'all stop the episode, go listen to a song, and then I want you to come back and do it. Now I'm gonna suggest 9 to 5, but that's neither here nor there. 9 to 5 or overtime, they're my two favorite joints. But anyway, so I'm gonna get to that later. But talk to me about time in the episode, or how long it takes you, not in the episode, how long it takes you to actually like make a project from start to finish, like from the day you start writing that project to release.
Yeah. So it varies. I'm not one of those artists that like write constantly all year round. I don't rap. I don't make music constantly all year round. I don't have a bunch of songs laying around that you haven't already heard. So it really just depends on when I get in that mode to create, because I don't force anything. I don't feel like, I gotta make a song every day. I don't have thousands of songs. Like, I'm real straight to the point. I pick my words carefully. So when I get in that mode, typically when I get in that mode, it might be like 6 months, 6 to 8 months. And that's from the time I started writing to recording to getting everything engineered properly and releasing it, probably like 6 to 8 months. So I do pretty quick work when I really get into it, because I don't force it though. I don't force it at all.
Got you.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. Cause I always wonder, cause like I know you got a 9 to 5, and I also know you got a family. And I'm like, bro, when does he have time to drop an album and make it a quality album? That's like the joint that was always so puzzling to me. Yeah. I'm like, bro, when in the world? I was like, bro, he shoot videos. Like,
it's funny because I get that question a lot, especially like for people I work with. Like, I see you in here every day. How do you have time to go and do that? You know what I'm saying? And it's, I do have a strong support system. You know what I'm saying? Right. I will, point out my wife and my kids. They're very supportive to everything I do. So when I say, I need to go do this, they're real supportive. They ain't tripping. So that does make it a lot easier. But it's pretty easy to have time for something that you do naturally. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't force it. It would be difficult if I was treating it like a routine, like, okay, today is Saturday, so I gotta make a song today. That'd be different as opposed to just writing when I actually feel it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you on that. Nah, that's actually a really good point. I hadn't considered that, because bro, I've always wondered, because I'm like, bro, when in the world does he have time to do this stuff? I'm like, bro, but so with the cost aspect, kind of mixing those first two questions or together, when we were talking about, a lot of people had that misconception that when you're underground or you're independent, that you're not really getting that money. So one thing that when I talked to Malcolm, kind of about it when we were up on the rap tip with some of the shit that he was talking about. One of the things that really stuck out to me that I know you all discuss a lot, probably much more in depth than I and him discuss, but about everybody is so worried about, hey, why you want to be a 30-plus-year-old rapper, why you want to do this? And he was like, because I actually value the ownership, the craft, and the money more than I value the fame. He was like, because y'all only think about making music from a fame perspective. And he was like, once I make this music and I put it out and I start flowing it and market it correctly, it's always making me money and I never have to record anything again. And this is something I can leave to my kids. And as long as it's up somewhere, it can be realistically making them some money. So kind of talk to me about how you've been able to keep that perspective, right? How you can keep that perspective without and staying focused on it, because I know people give a whole lot of chatter about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's real easy, man. Like I said, I love to do it. You feel me? So it just comes natural, and just knowing that, like Mally said, once you create it, the beauty of this is creating something one time that can pay you forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I never made another song again, I still have 5 projects worth of music out that can still pay me time and time and time again. So knowing that I can do that, and knowing that I do it naturally, like it makes everything that much easier. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real simple process. It's a real simple process. I don't care if I'm 35, 45, 50. If I love to do it, if I still got that itch to do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like hooping. I'm a hooper. I'm
Right.
nice on the court. Like I say that all the
Mm-hmm.
time, just in case anybody want to see me on the court.
I
And
mean,
so,
I mean, we can do that too, though, bro. I mean, but
whenever,
yeah, we can do
whenever.
that too
You know
now.
what I'm saying? We can take the headphones off. We can go do it.
Yeah, we can do that whenever now. But hey, that's just when y'all look. Y'all know how we get from Kinston. We
Yeah,
we always go who everybody from Kinston. That's all.
absolutely,
That's everybody from the K second talent. Just so y'all know,
absolutely,
that's all I'm
absolutely,
second talent.
absolutely.
But you still
So
can't see me though. But go ahead
I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, like on the court, I'm not trying to make an NBA roster. I'm not
right,
trying to play for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm not trying to go to the G League. I just do it because I love to do it. So
right.
with music, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Actually, bro, let me make a little caveat to that. Give me about 3 months because the way my knees and my legs set up right now. Yeah,
your
and
knees
then
right.
then you can't see me. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
get your knees right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've
these
been
30
sick.
plus knees ain't,
I've been
yeah, they
doing
ain't
my
set up.
push-ups and my burpees. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I got my water. I've been tapped in. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get it.
These 30 plus knees ain't set up quite the same. But
Yeah.
no, that's good. So, bro, but so kind of stepping away from the business piece and you talk about how it comes naturally to you,
Mhm.
how you love to do it. Tell me what music means to you. Like what is it therapeutic? Tell me what it means to you.
You hit the nail on the head, man. Therapeutic. That shit is therapy. Straight up. It's just I get a certain release from it. You know what I mean? It's just something beautiful about life, like when you really find your purpose and you really tap into who you are. You feel me? And like I always ask people, when they say they can't find their purpose or whatnot, I always ask them, well, what's something that you can do for free without a care in the world, for the rest of your life? What that something is, typically that's your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And when
Mhm.
you tap into that, like what gives you that sense of freedom, and music does that for me. Like, yeah, we want to get paid, going to get paid, and we do get paid. However, if I never made a dime off of this ever again, I would still do it, because when I do it, I get a certain release from it. I don't think about the bills. I don't think about what I got to do tomorrow. I don't think about what happened last week or last month. I don't care about nothing. I'm just in my creative space, and it gives me a sense of peace. And,
Mm.
and that's priceless. That feeling is priceless.
No, that's dope because and that's always the thing that I can tell the difference, what I was kind of sharing with you before when I got back kind of on your music back in, I think it was what, 20, was that 2019, 2020,
2019.
2019? Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was 2019 when he dropped the joint Roll with a G. And I actually like sat back and listened to it because admittedly, when I first seen it, I was like, oh, my man put out some music, I'm gonna listen to it. And then when I listened to it, matter of fact, actually, I saw the video
Mhm.
first. Yeah, I saw the video first, and I was like, okay. I'm like, no, he really like took time. Like I'm sitting and I'm watching the video quality. I'm sitting and I'm watching the way that it matches up so well to the song. I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm listening to all these different things, and I'm noticing. I'm like, no, he's really serious. This not, everybody in the neighborhood. We just showing like,
Right.
guns and like we just showing guns and cash and hopping around that don't really have nothing to do with the song.
Yeah, yeah.
About that, and so I could really feel like that love, that influence from you, and I like the fact that you decided to go on another side of the rap because the role with the G was kind of like a romantic love story type
Yeah.
of we back together type of deal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was really feeling that. That's why I said if y'all Brett, look, I'm over here fanning, but
Yeah.
like yeah,
Nah,
I'm
that's
like
love. That's
fanboy, but
love.
nah, the way that he puts the music together where he'd talk about real street stuff. He'd talk about being a father. And then but he can still come back and do a more sensual romantic type of rap that's good for you and your girl to ride and listen to in the car. So that's why I love like how multifaceted, and that's why that talent level comes in. That's why that love comes in and all those things. So speaking of that, me talking about fanboying. So you already know 9 to 5, that's my favorite song. Like that's my favorite OG Blak song
It's a lot
because
of
it's so
people say
real.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. It just cause that one like touches me so much because it's not even just about you kind of focus like I could be in the streets, but I chose to get a 9 to 5. But I talk a lot about entrepreneurship. I talk a lot about finding that purpose, like you mentioned. But at the same time, I hate when people want to demonize you for having a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like somehow that makes you less than. Like we've gotten to a place that somehow that makes you can't you can't be an artist and have a job for some reason. Like why not? Like what are you talking about? So, bro, talk to me about that influence. If I ain't go all the way into it, but
Nah,
talk
you
to me
good.
about that influence for 9 to 5. Man.
So the influence come from it was a point in my life where a lot of our lot coming from where we come from, it was a point where you get to that crossroads as a young black man. You get to that crossroads point in your life where it's like you either gonna go here or you're gonna go here. And for me personally, growing up, I don't come from a financially literate background, to
Mm-hmm.
say the least, right? I didn't know nothing about an LLC. I didn't know anything about starting a business. I thought getting an LLC was like getting a bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? 15 years ago, I thought it was like, you got to get your master's degree to get a business license, whatever. Like, I didn't know it
Right.
was just $125, give or take a little
Mm-hmm.
more depending on your state or whatever. I didn't know it was just a little fee and some work to get started. Like, so for
Mm-hmm.
me, growing up, it was the streets or just go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got military, you got other options, but it was pretty much the streets or go to work. You feel me? My big cousin, he did 16 years. You know what I'm saying? He was still locked up at the time. He calling me on the phone. I remember I remember when he was like 11, 12 years in, and he thought he was getting released. He thought he was gonna get paroled and he was gonna come home. Like his lawyer, everything pretty much told him, like, yeah, you about to be out of here. And I remember him going to the parole board and they gave him 3, 4 more years. And I remember his voice on the phone that day, like it was just like a broken spirit. You know what I'm saying? You can't even explain it. Like, so me hearing that, it's like, okay, why would I go to the streets? Because we know what comes from that. It's dead or in jail. There ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? So that really helped me hone in on what it is that I need to do. And it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to work, clean money. You know what I'm saying? And work my way up from there. You know what I mean? So that's what inspired the song. It's just speaking about where I was at mentally at that point, 10, 15, 17 years ago, you know what I mean, coming out of high school, shit like that. So yeah, and it's just like to let people know that, like, yo, a lot of these rappers, they lying to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it straight up. A lot of these rappers is lying to you. They not big time dope boys. They not real tough street guys. 98, 99% of them is not like that. A lot of them used to work at Target. A lot of them worked at the corner store. A lot of them was answering the phone for T-Mobile. A lot of them was doing that, but they don't glorify that because they don't look cool. Why it don't look cool when majority of the world is still doing it, I don't know. That's you know what I'm saying. I don't know. But my thing is, it's not about looking cool or not cool. It's about just speaking reality. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that shit on the 9 to 5s, they moms still go and punch a clock. Mom 60 plus, dad, granddad 60, 70 plus, still working a job. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm?
that's where that inspiration came from. Like, yo, I need to make a record for that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, I love that joint because it speaks to me because everything you said, like you said, you know where we from. You
Mm-hmm.
already know where we from, and you can get pushed that direction very, very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
super easily on that one. And that one just spoke to me so much. Same thing with overtime, bro. Like that one, bro, that's like my motivational anthem. Because if you notice, I stick it on a lot of my posts because it's like a very like motivational thing. Because I'm like, nah, I got to put in more time. Like, bro, I got to go a little harder. I got to do a little better. I got to do a little more. Um, on that. So if y'all seen my posts on social media sometime when I add music to them and I add OG Blak, a lot of times it's that overtime track because that one, like, bro, that literally be where my mindset be at. Like I talk about posting on social media, for instance, from a marketing standpoint. And actually, I didn't tell you I was going to ask about this. We're going to talk about this a little bit too.
Let's talk about it.
Um, but when I post, so the way that I focus on like marketing from social media, if I got time to scroll, I got time to post. So instead of me scrolling, I'm posting because people ask me, they're like, how do you have so much time to post on social media? I'm like, I don't scroll, I post.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm up there, I'm posting instead of
Yeah.
scrolling. I was like, you have the exact same, you're on it as much as I am. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just actually posting something, you're scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So, you either creating or consuming.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that I said I wanted to bring up to you, bro, I've been noticing how you've been you've been going hard with the social media
Yeah.
on that, and even bringing out your humorous side and your funny side. So
Yeah.
what made you kind of like switch that up? Because of course you integrated in with the music as well. So talk to me about what made you decide to make that change.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a funny dude naturally. I got a sense of humor, so it just more so like really showing it more, like because my I'm a serious. I do have a serious personality, and my music shows that. Like you can listen
Right.
to my music and see like it's real, like got like a serious tone to it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of humor to it. I'm always talking about real life situations. There's not a lot of play, not a lot of laughing going on. So my social media has been built around like that's been my brand. But I do have a sense of humor as well. I'm really a very, very laid back. I'm not a real like take life too serious type person. I don't take
Mm-hmm.
myself too serious. You know what I'm saying? I really
Right.
have fun like with life in general. So it was just, when it came to social media, it was just more so just showing that side of me because that's really who I am. Like naturally, I joke, I laugh, talk shit all day, every day. Like I'm not just this old serious person all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, that's been really good, bro. And I actually think that's, in my opinion, you would know better than I would, but just from like me visually keeping up with your social media and things of that nature, I felt like that's even projected your music because it's brought people to your page that might wouldn't have seen your music anyway
Yeah. Yeah.
on that, just by you bringing in some of that. Because a lot of times I see the music, and it's probably even the algorithms too, because you just
Yeah.
know how them algorithms get down on
Mm-hmm.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I see one music post, say you drop a new track or whatever the case, or drop a new video, and then but I see a funny post continuously, and I'm like, hey, well,
Yeah.
hey,
No,
on
I
that, and
know.
that's probably the algorithm though. Now that I think about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
on that. Well, no, so bro, before we kind of get up out of here, so talk to me about what's next for OG Blak, bro.
Man, more music, man. More music, more visuals, more videos. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to get more visuals out there. Another album coming. It may be Street Poetry 3, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I got an idea, I got a little spark for something else. So it may be something different. But yeah, another album coming this year. If not, it'll be beginning of 2023. And just work, man. Just more work, just putting in the work, just grinding, just turning it up, more performances, more visuals. You definitely gonna see me more, a whole lot more.
Nah, that's dope. And actually, bro, I'm gonna add something to my Christmas list, and I hope he's listening too. When that Mally J OG Blak feature coming, Yeah, I was like, when that
coming,
official
man.
feature coming, bro? I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my Christmas list.
It's coming, man. Shout out to Mally J, man. Real good dude, man. Dope, amazing artist, amazing brother, good friend. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I can't wait to work with him. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I would tell you why I haven't
Yeah.
happened thus far is because we don't stay in the same city. Like
Yeah.
for our type of energy, and I'm pretty sure he'll
Mm-hmm.
probably agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be side by side when we doing it.
Agreed.
Like I don't want to just email him a song and he email his verse back and vice
Agreed.
versa. Like
Agreed.
we can do that and it'll still come out dope. But if we in the same room together and building off each other energy and create like that, like we might fuck around and do a whole album or something. Like I don't know. You know, but
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm going to
yeah,
tell y'all that. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for that one. So, um, bro, tell the people how to find you, social media.
Everything is OG Blak Music. OG BLAK Music. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, OGBlakmusic.com. Booking and features OGBlakmusic at gmail.com. Or you can tap in with me on social media, OG Blak Music, DM me, message me, whatever. Tap in. You can hit the website, everything OG Blak Music.
All right, bet my man. And also, in case y'all didn't catch it at the beginning of the episode, that was 9 to 5 there. You're going to hear the rest of it at the end of the episode here. So make sure you kind of tune in for that. Until next time, y'all make sure y'all keep y'all training straight, and I'll get with y'all.